Eighth graders, it is day number 2 of our VEXcode VR project, and today you can see that you are going to first log into VEXcode VR. You're going to watch a few tutorials on how to complete some of the tasks using this program, and then you're going to create a basic program. And when you have all that done, you're going to want to take a screenshot of that program and put it into your design notebook. That way we have a record of kind of what you're doing, and you can see kind of going back what you're doing. Our essential question that we want to answer today is, what is the purpose of tutorial lessons? So as you go through these videos and these tutorials, think about what's the reason for it. Okay, anything that is considered a tutorial, what is the purpose for that tutorial lesson? And that's going to be the question you're going to want to answer in your design notebook. All right? So at this point, let's pause the video and open up your design notebook. We now have our design notebooks open. Today, once again, is day number 2. So you can see that the homework that you're going to be working on is watching those VEX tutorials and creating a basic program within the VEXcode VR program. And all of this will happen in the inquiring and analyzing part of our design notebook below. All right, so that is our plan for today. As we scroll down here, you see our essential question: what is the purpose of tutorial lessons? And tutorials, once again, are programs that teach us something by explaining each step of the process. And so as you go through this and think about this today, you're going to want to put your answer to this essential question in this blue box. And again, notice it's blue, so that is a must answer question, a must do today. So make sure you go back and answer that question. All right. As we scroll down today, you should also have a goal for yourself today. As you think about and kind of process what you're going to be working on, you can come back and set that goal. Or if you want to pause the video right now, if you know what you want to accomplish, what you want to learn today, you can pause the video now and set your goal. All right, we're going to go down and find the green go button for day 2, and here we go, start day 2. So we're going to work on creating a basic program. Now, most of this design notebook is set up as a large checklist, and so it should be kind of easy for you to go through. So if you right-click on each of these boxes, so in these next 2 blue boxes, you see these, in these blue parts of this chart, you see these little boxes. If you right-click on each of those boxes, you can change it to a check mark showing that you've completed each step. So the first step, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open this VEXcode VR and select tutorials from the top left. Once I've done that, I can right-click on here and choose check mark, and that shows that I've completed this step. Don't do it until after you've completed the step. Once you go into VEXcode VR, you select tutorials, then you are going to watch 3 tutorial videos, and you see those next in this next box. You're going to watch Getting Started with VEXcode VR, Moving and Removing Blocks, Driving Forward and Backward. Once you've done each of those, once again, click on each box, right-click, change that to a check mark, showing yourself that, hey, I've done that task. Once I finish watching the second one, I've completed that. Once I finish watching the third one, I've completed that. All right? So go ahead and click on the link right here that says VEXcode VR and select tutorials in the top left of the toolbar. Now that we've clicked on that link, this is what our VEXcode VR kind of program is going to look like. We are going to start by choosing tutorials up here in the upper left corner. Let me just go back one more time. Up here in the upper left-hand corner, you see tutorials with a light bulb. You're going to choose that. The 3 tutorials that you're going to watch right now are these top 3: Getting Started, Moving and Removing Blocks, Driving Forward and Backward. Go ahead and click on those. Just go left to right, Getting Started, Moving and Removing Blocks, and then Driving Forward and Backward. Pause the video and do that. Once you have completed those, then go back to your design notebook and check those boxes off. So go ahead, watch those tutorials, pause this video. Now that you have watched those 3 tutorials, you are going to continue on in your design notebook. Now you're going to start looking at the different types of blocks that are available in VEXcode VR. Go through each of these. You're going to create a code based off of what you learn in the tutorials where your robot moves forward for 5 inches, turns right 90 degrees, moves backwards 10 inches, and then turns left 180 degrees. All right, so go back to VEXcode VR right now and create that algorithm that allows your robot to do those 4 steps. Once you have your code written, you need to test it out to see how it works. And so what you're going to do for that, what this next box says, is you're going to use the playground window. And so there's another tutorial that we want you to watch that talks about these playgrounds. So if we go back to our VEXcode, now this code I have here is not what you were supposed to do. I just put some random blocks there. But you're going to go back up to the tutorials, and you are going to choose using the playground window right here in the middle. Okay, so pause this video and watch that tutorial about how you use that playground window within the VEXcode VR program. Now that you understand how to use the playground, you're going to go up here to playground, and this is all coming from the design notebook again. You're going to want to check this off. So you're going to select the playground button and choose the Art Canvas Playground. You're going to start your program. And then there's a couple questions in your design notebook that we want you to answer. Did the robot complete the steps in the algorithm? Did it complete what you were trying to get it to do right here, moving forward 5 inches, turning right 90 degrees, moving backwards 10 inches, and then turning left 180 degrees? Did it do what you were wanting it to do, what you coded it to do? If not, what behavior didn't work properly? So if it didn't work quite right, what happened? Okay, just explain that over here in this next box. You're going to edit your code then and test your program until you get it to do the expected complex behavior, which again was moving forward 5 inches, turning right 90 degrees, moving backwards 10 inches, and then turning 180 degrees. Once you have that completely done, you are going to insert a screenshot down here in your design notebook. And then there's one more tutorial that we want you to watch, which is naming and saving your project. And we want to save this so that you have your project saved for next time, because you're going to just keep building on some of these projects. All right. So in here in the VEXcode VR, I'm going to choose the playground. I'm going to choose right up here at the top. I'm going to choose the Art Canvas Playground. Okay, I can just drag this around if it's in my way. I'm going to choose the Art Canvas Playground. I'm going to choose the play button or the start and see what happens. We want it, again, think about what the complex behavior is. Once you are done with this and you know that you have it working correctly, you're just going to close out of this. We want to take a screenshot of this, and we want to put that into your design notebook. Okay, so go ahead and do all of that right now. Your design notebook has directions for how you take a screenshot. On your Chromebook keyboard, you're going to hit Control-Shift, these 2 buttons in the lower corner, and then you have this button that's got a square with a line next to it right in the middle along the top. You're going to hit all 3 of those buttons. That will take a screenshot. Then you can go into your design notebook here and Control-V and just paste your program, once it's correct, into your design notebook here. And I'm just going to resize it a little bit so I can kind of see it a little bit better. Okay, then we want to go back and watch how to save our project, the tutorial. So if I go back here, I'm going to go back up in the upper left-hand corner to Tutorials. I'm going to scroll down to Saving Your Project for Windows right here. So I'm going to watch this. And then once I've watched this, I'm going to go back here and save my project up here where it says File, Save to your device, and go through those steps of saving this project. And what I forgot to do is actually rename this. So if we look at our design notebook here, we want to call it this My First Project _ and then your initials, and we should be using camel case. So my, no spaces, capitalize each word, My First project underscore and then my initials. Click rename. Now I have my project. Now I can go back and save to my device now that I have it named. All right. Make sure in your design notebook you have everything checked off. And then we run into the stop sign, end of day 2. That's what needs to be completed. Now I know this was a lot. Ask your teacher for help if you need help. We will help you. Remember, we're learning a lot of this right along with you. But use this as a checklist. Check off each item after you have completed them. All right, so start day 2. Go to work. Enjoy this. Begin learning how to use this VEXcode VR program. Good luck.